Hi guys, this is Genevieve Plays Rise of Berk, and this is part 4 of my complete beginner's guide to Rise of Berk. Today we're talking about various game modes, and especially Journey and Defend. Next time we'll talk about Brawl. Okay, so as far as game modes, there is a thing called Gobber's Daily Task, and Gobber will ask you to do various daily tasks in order to get a daily pack as well as a weekly pack. By completing these tasks, you can earn seasonal currency, runes, and raw amber. The daily tasks run from midnight to midnight for your local time zone, and these include things like gathering fish or wood, training a certain number of dragons, sending Toothless for exploration, playing Brawl, playing Defend, and trading amber. There are also weekly tasks. These run from Monday through Sunday, so they restart Monday midnight, your local time zone. These are the same kinds of tasks, but they're larger scale. So for a daily task, Brawl is defeat 5 dragons. For a weekly task is defeat 15 Furious Dragons. Or open 12 token packs, something like that. And then you also get a nice pack for completing all of your dailies or all of your weeklies. It actually is a nice chunk of runes and resources and sometimes collectibles. It's a really nice pack, and the weekly pack is bigger than the daily. So it is a fun thing to keep you going and make sure you've done some like regular tasks in your game. It's pretty nice. I would recommend that you focus on the seasonal currency. If for whatever reason there are tasks you can't complete or you don't have much time, focus on the currency ones so you can get dragons from the currency market. Okay, so let's talk about journeys. The unique rider dragons have journeys, so that is Toothless, Stormfly, Meatlug, Hookfang, Barfenbelch, as well as Grump. We are waiting for the day that we will have journeys with Heather and Dagger, but that hasn't happened yet. We've been asking for them as soon as they put them on the bottom of the screen and gave them houses, we're like, please. Hasn't happened yet, but we are waiting. With these journeys, what you do is you complete a mission, and they're usually just a handful of storylines for each of these different journey lines. And along the mission, there are 3 stops. At each stop, you get 2 choices. You can pay for the item, or you can go with the free route. And even if you go free route, there's a chance of getting the paid item. The paid item is a more desirable item. Sometimes it's not, by your actual preferences. But within the game system, they are a more desirable item. They could be a pack, or a collectible, or a hefty chunk of resources, or a dragon. And then at the end of the journey, the wheel will spin and you'll get one of those 3 items. And the wheel is favored to give you the lesser items, like the items you don't want as much, but sometimes you do actually get the nicer item. It's just the random odds of the game. This is really important because with these journeys, you can get packs, collectibles, and runes. Basically are what we want to use them for, and they're really, really, really important. So let's look at what journeys you want to run as an early game player. Okay, as an early game player, your most important ones are Meatlug and Stormfly. Meatlug only costs 2 runes, and Stormfly also costs 2 runes, and each leg of the journey is an hour and a half, so they journey for a total of 6 hours. I had to do some math. They run for a total of 6 hours, so you can fit about 2.5 per day if you're actively checking. With Meatlug, this journey you can get Edgewing, or you can get various collectibles, or you can get a rare pack. So that's what's really awesome about Meatlug, which is pretty nice. The best way to run this as an early game player when you don't have a whole lot of runes is to just run it completely for free. Some days you won't get anything good, but pretty much I would recommend that you run it for free every day, all the time. This was a really good way to get collectibles for the legendary collections and the other collections, and you may get a free rare pack or a free edge pack or a free Edgewing. When you have a bit more of a rune base, I highly recommend buying the rare pack because they're actually pretty good odds of getting the rare pack, but more detail on that strategy wise in my rune video. For Stormfly, similar principle. She doesn't have a rare pack on the first journey, so you don't have to worry about that. Pretty much run Stormfly for free, just like you would with Meatlug, and you'll slowly get runes. Hookfang, you can run Hookfang. However, Hookfang costs 1,500 runes, and then you want to wait until your Brawl grades are up to at least 9. So don't be in a rush to buy Hookfang. That quest line isn't going anywhere to run Hookfang journeys, so don't worry about it. Just wait until you can afford Hookfang and until you're ready for Hookfang and Brawl, but don't rush it. But Hookfang is going to be the next one you buy. You're probably not going to buy Barfenbelch first, but that's all you need to worry about for early game journeys. Okay, and then talking about Defend. The way that Defend works is that there is a fleet of enemy ship that you are defending Berk against, and you're using dragons as well as you have a catapult that you yourself can hit ships. When you have successfully defeated the fleet, then you can earn resources like fish or wood, you can earn runes, or you can earn these little cogs, that's what I call them, and you use these cogs to complete Defender Dragon collections. As far as classes of dragons, there are 3. We have attackers, they're marked with a little red fire, and these have the strongest attacks. Then there are tanks or protectors, these are marked with a green thing, and these have the highest health, so they have the most endurance. And then there are rangers, they have a little yellow like sharpshooter symbol, and these can shoot from farther away. As an early player, you want to rely on the ranged dragons so they can shoot from far away because the ships are a little bit too strong as an early game player. Eventually, it doesn't really matter who you use, but early on, range is pretty much the only way that you're going to be safe. So if you're training dragons for defend, look for that range symbol on a dragon's defend abilities to train them. And just a quick note that ground dragons, like Cavern Crashers, they don't have wings, so you can't use them in defend. So not all dragons can be used in defend, but most of them can. However, even though I said you can use rangers, I think that defend is really too hard for the first 100 levels. I mean, like the first 10 or 20 aren't too bad, but eventually it gets really hard and almost impossible to do without Toothless. And then Gobber's gonna have you do tasks, and it's gonna, if you keep trying to do full rounds every time Gobber gives you defend tasks, you're gonna be in over your head before too long. So my recommendation is wait until your dragons are at least level 100 before you play defend. You can play it on occasion. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'm saying it is really hard early on, and I recommend not attempting it. But one way that you can accomplish the Gobber task without wasting your resources or hurting your dragons is send in a super low level, like a level 12 dragon, and then retreat before it even starts. You'll count as an attempt and you'll get your wood back. Otherwise, I don't really recommend it, and if you do, stick to ranged dragons and you'll have to depend on Toothless. And before I leave you, just a reminder, save your support key, because data loss does happen. Your support key is how Ludia will restore your game. 2, there is no manual save, so please be careful switching between devices. Data loss happens. Contact dragons@ludia.com for technical issues. We can help you with some common things that don't require heavy game intervention on Discord. And finally, connect to a cloud save if you can, Facebook, Apple, or Google, because data loss does happen. Thanks for watching. This is Genevieve Plays Rise of Berk, and I'll see you next time. Bye!